Alright, Charlie here, doing my last video. This is part 4 of interviewing diabetic members of my family. Save the best for last.
Well, that's for sure.
My brother, Jake. He's been diabetic for what, like 17 years? Cool.
17 years.
7 longer than myself, but when I moved out of the house, you were only 10. And I'm about 8 years older than him, so a lot of hey, whoa, watch it.
I'm kidding.
A lot of his growing up, I wasn't really around for it. So I'm going to be learning some things with this interview. My first question for Jake, he's a college guy, you know, he's doing the dating scene, and that's what I am curious about, and I think might be helpful to some of you. What is it like, Jake, dating and being diabetic? Has it been an issue?
It hasn't been an issue. I like to keep it relaxed. So I like to joke a lot about my diabetes, and all my roommates and my friends know about it. We make a lot of jokes, and so it's really fun. And that's usually how it gets brought up if I'm on a date with somebody and with my friends, is we make a joke about diabetes, and then that kind of opens it up and breaks the ice so they can ask questions if they have questions, and we can keep the conversation going from there. But other than that, I don't really bring it up because I don't feel like it's an issue to bring up, especially when you're just dating, you know.
All right, well, there you go. My next question is, what is your earliest memory, Jake, that has to do with diabetes?
Well, my earliest memory is when I was diagnosed with it, because I remember my mom recognizing the symptoms that I had, or as I wasn't feeling well, and I was going to the bathroom a lot, I was really thirsty, and I was five at this point, and I remember being with her in her room, and she was telling me, like, I think you have diabetes, right? Or we need to get you tested for diabetes because I think you have diabetes. And it was really cool because she was emotional about it, and I didn't really know what was going on, but I remember she knelt down at the bed, and I knelt down with her, and she said a prayer. She said a prayer, and just, I don't exactly remember what she said, but I remember us kneeling down, and she said a prayer, and then shortly afterwards we went and I got tested for diabetes and was diagnosed with it. So.
Yeah, I remember that actually. I was 13, and I remember when you became diabetic, and I remember thinking, wait, he doesn't look sick. We've learned a lot about it since then, so I have anyways, for sure. Okay, my last question. For those of us with type 1 diabetes, what is your tip? Jake, what is something that you want other diabetics to know that would maybe help them live a better life?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. Up until a couple of years ago, my average test per day was 1 to 1.5. So,
half a test?
Yeah, 1 to 1. I don't know how that works, but average, I had 1 to 1.5 tests per day. And so if you listen to Charlie's or watch Charlie's last video, my advice is the same. I got the Freestyle Libre, and since then, I just checked today. I think it was in the last 14 days, my average tests per day was 24. And so it's so much easier to test with the Freestyle Libre, and the more I test, the easier it is to keep my blood sugars in the range that I want them, and the lower my A1C has been. And so test often is my piece of advice.
It's good advice. 17 years with diabetes, good advice. All right, thanks you guys, thanks for watching. You can check out my YouTube channel if you want to see more. See interviews with my mom and also with my sister, and kind of a silly one I did with myself. So check out Facebook or Instagram if you want to know more. And if you have questions, we want to answer them. Thanks, bye.